Hello guys, welcome to the 3D market commentary. I know I'm looking at myself on the screen there. I know I look very dark. I'm in a different place today, so that's why. So I couldn't sort out my lighting. So sorry if it's a little bit blurry or a little bit hard to see, but hey, I'm not the focus of this. So welcome to the 3D market commentary. Well, 3D market commentary is a video that we do every day, Monday to Friday, that expands on an email that we send to our free members. In that email, we go through 5 major markets in the world, looking at 3 different elements per market. So hopefully that makes sense as to what we're doing and what we're covering. My name's Becky. My email address is there. It's becky@tradictive.com. There's also support@tradictive.com. And then let's make sure as well that we cover the disclaimers. There they are in the top left hand corner. Please read them, not just for legal purposes, although of course that's necessary, but also to understand what you can expect from these kind of videos, what they're for and what they do. So what we're going to look at first is a quick link here, which is tradewithufos.com/Becky. Now I'm taking you to this because there are places you can go for questions. You can email us, but this link is the best place to go for questions. So from this link, you can get apps on different platforms, depending on which platforms you use. You can book one-on-one coaching with me if you'd like, or you can come down here, log in, and then ask questions in this public space, which is great because it means I can then answer the question in this public space and we all learn from the same area. So ideally, that's where you'll go, tradewithufos.com/Becky if you have questions. Now let's bring up the email that we send out every day. And of course, it's relevant to market data, so we'll check that out as well. Okay, so we're looking at 3 different elements per market. The first element that we look at is market climate, upcoming market direction, meaning does the market we're looking at have probability to go up, down, or nowhere? Now we're looking at daily charts for each of these markets, so everything that we're looking at is relevant to the daily chart. But looking at that market and that time frame, what do we have in terms of probability? Up, down, or nowhere? We use an app. It's a free app on most platforms you can get it on. It's called AutoClimate. It tells us in the form of these dots where we have probability. So if it's a thick blue dot, that tells us probability is upwards. If it's a thick red dot, that tells us probability is downwards. If it's a thin dot of either colour, that tells us probability is nowhere. And therefore we get an idea of whether or not we should buy, sell or do nothing based on where the probabilities lie. Then we might want to know where to buy and sell. This is where we use another app. It's called AutoUFOs. AutoUFOs stands for unfilled orders. That's what UFO stands for. Meaning it's showing us where buyers are and where sellers are. Where are the buy orders? Where are the sell orders? Again, we use an app to show us this, and it tells us the prices on the right hand side. It's showing us between which prices we have a lot of buyers. Now that's really helpful because if we have a lot of buyers, they're likely to push price up, like they're doing in this case. Price came in and it's moving up from there because it hit a lot of buyers. So we want to know where those buyers are. We also want to know where the sellers are, and they look roughly something like this. And they'll have their little dots to the side, and they'll have boxes to the side as well. We'll see those in a minute. But again, we want to know where are the buyers and sellers, and we'll look at that per market as well. Now, the last thing we're going to look at is market volatility. How quickly do the markets move up or down? Sorry. What can we expect in terms of movement up or down on these markets? That's market volatility. Okay, so first things first, let's have a look at the S&P 500, which is the top 500 US stocks, and have a look and see where these probabilities lie. Now with the US stock market at the moment, we have a confirmed upwards climate, thick blue dot probability to the upside. We also have buy orders beneath us here at 4479.75 to 4436.25. So overall probability up here for the S&P. Now we would expect that the market would go up or down in 1 year of 15.12%. So in 1 day, that's up or down of 43.25 points. In a week is 95.2 points. Sorry, 95.2 points. And in a month is 198.18 points, up or down. So that's what we expect in terms of volatility. So for the S&P, considering the climate and the buy orders beneath us, we have overall probability to the upside. Now moving on to the next market, which is oil. Now, as we load it, obviously says here about different courses that we offer, so by all means check those out. We've also got the AutoUFOs that you can subscribe to directly. You can get AutoUFOs for free for 3 months as part of the courses. If you register for one of the courses, most of them will offer you the apps for free for 3 months. You don't have to do that. You can subscribe directly to the apps, although it's often cheaper to do it via the route of getting a course. So check those out and see what makes more sense to you. So with oil, we have a confirmed upwards climate, thick blue dot, probability upwards. We also have buy orders beneath us here, 82.18 to 74.96. Again, they're pushing price up. Now we are a little bit overextended with crude oil. We've gone past what's normal in terms of a move to the upside. So that's a little thing that's kind of bringing back on the probabilities here. But overall probability up here with oil. Now notice I'm using terms such as probable, statistical, what's likely. Now, of course, nobody knows what's going to happen in life, let alone in the markets. So we're never 100%, it's never a guarantee, but we at least want to make sure that we make decisions based on probabilities. That's why we use technology to help us here. So when it comes to the probabilities in terms of movement on oil, we'd expect it to move up or down in 1 year of 36.55%, which in 1 day is up or down of 1.91 points. In a week is 4.2 points, and in a month is 8.75 points. So that's crude oil. Now moving on to the next market, which is gold. Now as we load this, it says here about coaching and support. We do a bunch of coaching and support for free. We also have a closed coaching environment where people pay a small monthly fee to have access to us for more time in that environment. Either way, we do the same thing. It's just about the amount of time that you get. So check that out, see if that would work for you as well. So with gold, we have a confirmed upwards climate, thick blue dot, probability upwards. We have buy orders beneath us, 1786 to 1760.3, so pushing price up. However, we do have sell orders right above us that will be pushing price down once price gets into them. That's between 1866 to 1804.4. So at the moment, still overall probability up, but I would say not enough because of these sell orders that will be pushing down very soon. So I would say keep away from it, but if you had to call it, slight probability there to the upside. Now we have market volatility with gold expected to be up or down in 1 year of 15.15%. So in 1 day, that's 17.12 points up or down. In 1 week, it's 37.69 points up or down. And in 1 month, 78.47 points up or down. So that's gold. Now, next market is the US dollar. The US dollar is responsible for 80% of transactions worldwide daily. So be aware of it. Whether you trade it or not, it's a good thing to be aware of what the dollar is doing. Now, for the time being, we have a confirmed downwards climate, thick red dot there, probability down. We've gone slightly past what's normal in terms of a move to the downside, but still probability down. However, we have buy orders just here, 93.495 to 93.195. Price came into them and has started to move away to the upside. That's what buy orders do, is they push price up. That's why we want to know where they are so we can figure out where we should be buying. Now we do have sellers up here at 94.57 to 94.235, but overall we're obviously closer to the buy orders. So what we have here are sellers pushing down. There you go. There you go. Sellers pushing down because of the climate, but buyers pushing up because of the AutoUFO. So overall, we've kind of got 1 point in each camp. I would say better to keep out of it and let it do what it's going to do before we start trading it. Now, in terms of volatility, the US dollar is the least volatile market we look at. We'd expect movement up or down in 1 year of 4.93%. So in 1 day, that's 0.29 points up or down. In a week, 0.64 points up or down. And in a month, 1.33 points up or down. So that's the US dollar. Now, the last market is backed Bitcoin. Now, with backed Bitcoin, we have a confirmed probability to the upside, confirmed upwards climate. We have buy orders beneath us, no sell orders above us. Those buy orders are between 62,627.5 to 60,060. Now, price came in, hit that stack of buy orders and has gone out. Again, buyers doing exactly what we expect buyers to do, which is push price up. That's why we want to know where they are. That's why we use this app to tell us. Overall probability there upwards for Bitcoin. Now, in terms of volatility with Bitcoin, we'd expect it to move up or down in 1 year of 87.19%. In 1 day, that's 3,515.31 points up or down. In a week, it's 7,738.59, and in a month, 16,109.16. So that's Bitcoin. Now for each of these markets, we've now looked at all of the 5 that we look at. We've looked at 3 separate elements. First thing is climate, market climate. Where do we have probabilities? We use an app to tell us that. It's the Auto Climate app. Then we've looked at buy and sell UFOs, unfilled orders. Where do we have buyers and sellers? And we use the AutoUFO app to tell us that. And then we've looked at volatility, how quickly we can expect these markets to move up or down. So it gives us the objective data and statistics and probability based on technology finding that out for us. Now, last thing to look at is our weekly economic calendar. We get this from fxstreet.com, and what we do is we filter by high impact news so we can see which scheduled news reports are likely to have an impact on the markets that we're looking at. So today being Friday, we've actually got quite a bit stuff would have already come out early morning on the euro and the pound. So what we've got left is Canadian markets, and I don't know if that's Hungarian. I'm not really sure of the flag, but definitely Canadian markets, and go and check that out for the last one if I've got that one wrong. I'm assuming it's Hungarian, but I think I might have got that flag wrong. So if you trade in those markets, check those out, be aware of that. Any questions, you can email me, becky@tradictive.com, or you can go to tradewithufos.com/Becky, and from here you can get the apps on the platforms that you use. You can scroll down and you can book one-on-one coaching with me if you'd like, or you can scroll down and you can ask questions in a public space that I can then answer in a public space, and we all learn from the same area. So obviously today is Friday, so I hope you guys have a great end to your trading week. I'll be back for a session I think tomorrow, so I'll see you then. Otherwise guys, have a great day, have a great end to your trading week, have a great weekend, and see you soon.